to Bloodborne.
Welcome.
So, sorry it's been a little bit.
Very
The
well,
last I
maybe.
left off, I had done something. I beat up that one boss,
Farewell,
and then
maid.
I found something, etc., etc. I have no idea. So, I'm going to go ahead and take a look here at all my equipment. I need a blood rock to level this up to plus 10, which will give me a decent boost. I'm going to take a look here. These raise stamina. Okay, so... Oh, excuse the yawning. And let's see, we're going to Murgo's Loft Middle, I guess. Let's just keep going. Find out what's going to happen over here. The inhabitants of this dump. Let's see. So we're in the Nightmare of Mensis. And this leads across, so we might as well head over here. No, this is the wrong way. This is the place that I just came from. What? Oh god. I do not like the sounds of that at all. So, one difference that you guys will probably note is that I'm now playing online, whereas before I was offline. I was playing with a friend last night, and I might be playing with her again later today. We will see. So we've got another one of these. So this shortcut is activated. And sorry if you can hear the people talking outside. It's about 10 o'clock, so just about time that people are, you know, coming home and heading to bed. Stuff like that, I guess. I don't know people's schedules. But at any rate, we should be able... I noticed that this thing doesn't actually close. So there's another shortcut here. There's a woman ringing a bell. I'm a little concerned about that. Oh, Jesus. Oh, I remember you. These are like the boss that just fought. Well, not just fought, but fought a long time ago. So, healing up. This guy actually has a weapon. Whew. So that thing's toast. My phone was buzzing in the background. That might be my friend. I'm concerned to look though because I'm worried that some player is going to show up out of nowhere and murder me. Okay, so this is a place where you can drop down. I hear some slimy stuff. But yeah, so I was playing with a friend, but that was on a different character. That's not this character. Okay, just one moment while I grab my phone. Okay, that sound is just the... Okay. So we're going to sneak up on this thing. Okay, that thing had a lot of HP. Wow. That is 10,000 souls. That's quite a lot of souls. Okay. This is like the cranium rat version of a pig. So for these, you pretty much just need to dodge one attack, and then they're pretty trivial. Luckily, these ones were not communal. I'm happy to just aggro this guy. Shit. Okay, that wasn't fully charged. I chickened out. Shit. Okay, so... Also not fully charged. I'm gonna go ahead and heal, because I don't know how hard this thing can hit. Dunbar. So my hope is that I'll find another shortcut at some point. Nourishing damp blood gem. Delicious. Kin cold blood. I don't think I want to fight all four of these at the same time if I can avoid it. I'm pretty sure that bell I hear is the sinister bell ringer or whatever that the thing mentioned. So where did this go? Jesus, hello. I thought I saw something into the corner of my eye, but I'm like, oh, I guess I missed it. Like, I was clearly wrong because I don't see it now. For this guy. Oh, that's the bell ringer. Okay. Has left. For a given definition of the word left. Okay, this seems really dangerous to me. Also, why is the moon not red anymore? There's a thing here to kill. Fail. Stone chunks, not what I'm looking for. So I was thinking about doing some streaming with a friend later on the save file that I'm doing with them, but that's unfortunately not going to happen because she didn't upload it to the cloud, so she's not she's not on the same PlayStation that she was last night. So you'll note that I am live, or no, sorry, not live. I'm online. And that's because I got the 2-day sort of test subscription for PlayStation Plus, which is all good. But yeah, so I started playing with a friend of mine. And we will see if I manage to kill this thing. Yes. Luckily, I have a net growth in my vial inventory. See if I can sneak up on this guy. Okay. So we're just going to pull back. There's no reason to try and fight both of them at the same time when I can split them. What was that noise? Oh shit. I completely misjudged how low that guy's attack animation was going to be. I kind of figured that if he did hit, he'd hit above my head. So we got some bullets. Some more bullets. Are you a boss? This doesn't really look like a boss area. I'm gonna aggro her. Okay, so she didn't aggro. Doesn't mean that I'm safe. By any stretch of the imagination. But this is good. We have a way down, and this way down leads to where? Leads to right here. I'm thinking I should level up before I lose all my souls. So we can just take this chain of elevators all the way to the top there, and I'm going to do that because there's nothing in between me and that area. And that area to me very much looks like where I would fight a boss. So we're just going to pop downstairs. There's a lantern right here. We'll level up once or twice. Hopefully twice. I don't remember exactly how many souls I need, but I know it's a considerable number. Let's see. She's taking a nap.
What is it? Very well. Let me.
Okay, so don't want any of that. So I guess we'll just keep putting points into strength. And
Farewell, May.
we're in a good position. Let's see, what was it? Church. This is the wrong one. I'm gonna go to the base. Does not cause great deal of damage to beasts, but FTs can destroy attackers. I have a suspicion that a decent portion of the weapons in this game are pretty much exclusively meant to be utilized in PvP. That was a little scary. Yeah, it's interesting how this one has the broken door, so it doesn't actually close properly. Or rather, at all. It's a nice little touch. There's a window I can jump in there. Okay, because of the fact that I can, I don't have any, like, risk factors right now. I'm just going to jump in this open window, because that, to me, seems like, seems like a great way to die horribly, but I can just go get my blood stain, no problem. So it's all good. So I think what happened there is that I hit the wall and came to a stop. So I think I actually have to do it not when I'm above the window, but when I'm directly in front of it. I didn't actually I didn't try to do it from the thinger. So I guess if we're in the nightmare, that makes sense why the moon is a different color. If we're not in the actual world. Okay, that's interesting. This ostensibly should be down, not up. I don't know where my body is. And these are roughly shaped like eyes, which is kind of interesting. I think that I'm going to try doing it on the way up instead of the way down for a couple of different reasons. But one of the primary reasons is that when I'm going down, I have downward momentum. And that downward momentum may influence how far I can go before I reach the bottom of the window. So we're going to try to do it this way. I'm going to And no, I apparently suck at life. Okay. So I'm not really making any distance there. And I don't know if I'm supposed to be like sprinting around in there so that I can trigger the jump. But pretty much as soon as I get out of the thing, all of my horizontal momentum seems to be dropping to 0. I'm not really sure why, but jumping puzzles and things of that nature are definitely not my strong suit. That's not what I'm good at. So I might put this off for now and just go on with the to beat up the boss. Because I've always been bad at jumping puzzles. And it's made worse when you have controls that are directly antagonistic to platforming. The decoration window clears the elevator. And are you doing it with a dodge roll, or are you doing it with, like, sprinting while in this tiny, cramped space? I'll try it one more time, following Adrian's suggestion as best I can. Nope, I hit the thing. I'm an idiot. Nope. As best I can is not terribly great. So yeah, that was clearly too early, but I actually had enough forward momentum that I hit the wall. So I'm not sure why when I was going up, it felt like as soon as I came out, my forward momentum just stopped, and I wasn't sure what was causing that. It might have been... There's a few different hypotheses that I can come up with, but let's see it. So we'll try it one more time, since there was actually progress made there, and we'll see how it goes. This is the kind of thing where if I wasn't live, I would 100% just sit around doing it for 20 minutes if it took that long, because I'm happy to do things that I'm bad at for 20 minutes. But when I'm live, I prefer to be somewhat more interesting, you know? And I don't think watching me fall out of an elevator is particularly interesting if it goes on probably longer than about 5 minutes. Good morning, Adrian. It's actually night for me here. I'm in Singapore, so it's about probably 10:30 right now at night. Okay, well, I made it in. Yay! Oh, is this how I get to the thing that's causing the frenzy? Probably is it. Okay. So this is, I think that's the thing that has been seeing me and triggering the attacks. Inflicted organ. Sounds delicious. Okay, so I'm just going to keep an eye on this thing's tracking pattern. See where it wanders to. Yeah, this might be the thing that's been triggering me from across the way, but maybe or maybe not. It's hard to tell. But it's in the right position to do so. So we'll see. I haven't actually used any consumables yet. I can always just spam heals if I need to. Is this one different than the other ones that I've fought? Let's see. So I think I've seen its entire patrol pattern. So with a patrol pattern of that type, I should be able to basically just stand here. When it comes over here, I just need to get out of the way. Is it going a different direction this time? No. Okay, good. Very predictable pattern. So when it turns around, I just sneak up on it. Okay, well. Wow. Okay, so that frenzy is way faster than the other ones. Oh, no, it isn't. It's just that I actually... Yeah, there was another one that I was pretty sure that I snuck up on at one point, so I thought that I could do it the same thing with this one, but it doesn't look like it. My goal here is basically to get it close enough to one of these walls that I can hit it through the wall with the reach on this weapon. I could try using the other weapon as well, but I don't think I want to. Probably, yeah. That's the other one that I fought. I guess there's a couple of them over there. There was one that just killed me outright because I didn't really get a chance to see it. I thought that the frenzy was coming from a different source because I was trying to run past some other enemies that I only had a vague understanding of the attack pattern of. So what I can try to do, actually, this is a pretty decent spot here. I might have the potential to hit this guy through the wall here. Nope. Not quite a long enough attack. Nope. And nope. Yeah, that's no fun. Yeah, these things are nasty customers. Shit. Gotta grab my so I'm gonna die. If I had gotten my dodge roll off properly, I would have been fine. But, because I can handle getting frenzied once. I just can't handle the, I basically have to get frenzied and that's all that happens to me. And, you just get a little bit of deeps. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to return to the Hunter's Dream, and I'm going to change up my equipment. Because those things aren't really that difficult, except for the fact that the frenzy just, outright kills you. So what I'm going to try to do is get in there and get a couple of hits in on it while I've got something. Okay, I don't need physical damage reduction. I need Where's my frenzy thing? Okay. So I only have one frenzy resistance thing, but 200 frenzy resistance you can see is something like, let's see, what is my overall frenzy resistance? Yeah, it's quintupling my total frenzy resistance. Yeah, if I have to, I'll try a sort of like a parry strat, but I don't think I'll need to. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, that would be like a legit way of bypassing the frenzy. That's really good to know. That's really good advice just for people generally. Time your visceral attacks and your parries so that you can get the iframes. And if it frenzies you, you don't take the damage, but it does trigger the sort of reset on the frenzy gauge, is it? Like it acts as if you had been frenzied, but you don't actually take the damage? Oh shit, I just realized that now I need to actually get there, so I'm almost definitely going to lose my souls, because I'm going to fuck up this jump at least once here. What I probably should have done was just completely bypass that guy. And just walked by him. Because, again, I can get frenzied once and not worry about it too much. Let's see where my blood is. My blood is on him, so I need to kill him if I want to get my souls back. Shit. Shit, okay. Shit. Yeah, I misjudged that badly. So I'm going to get frenzied here, and I'm going to die. Maybe not. Okay. Alright, so I'm just going to wait for my frenzy meter to decay, and then we'll go after it again. But yeah, I tend to think of that as like an attack, and it's not. It's this grapple thing that it's doing. So first of all, it's very long range, so I need to be moving toward it, not away from it, so that I can get around it. But the other thing is that I need to get the timing better, because there's a delay between when it makes the initial aggressive motion and when it actually is launching the attack. Do you have to make contact? I have no idea. I don't know how to do gestures. I don't know what button that is. I'm very clueless. I was playing with my friend, and I was realizing that I actually had no idea how to make any of the gestures. That I was finding gestures, right? But I didn't actually figure out how to do them. You must have... Oh, right, because the touchpad is like area sensitive. I forgot about that. Just give me a second to give another poke in on this. It's actually very dead. Very close to dead, so. We got our souls back. And... jeez. That is a lot of frenzy. Very quickly. So we've got one item here. It is kin blood. I don't see any beasties yet. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Make contact gesture. Okay, so I do not have. I don't have that gesture. Yes. So this thing's circling into this area, and I think it saw me. Yeah, I'm going to be missing a lot of content on this run because this is like a blind run. So there's a lot of stuff that I'm going to miss out on and just not see. And that's okay. I'll try to be doing more runs of this game. I feel like most of the Dark Souls games, I haven't gotten the feel of like huge amounts of, for me, replayability. And, I'm sure that many people enjoy replaying these games, but for me, the replayability isn't usually there. But this one has all sorts of interesting mechanics that I'm actually really looking forward to digging into on subsequent playthroughs. So, like, when I was actually doing this just now, when I started playing it again with a friend of mine, I realized that I missed an entire section of the sewers in the beginning of the game. And I could have very easily missed this. This is all stuff that I could have pretty much just walked right by. Nope, not quite close enough. Such weird craters. Shit, you're not dead. For some reason I thought that I had killed it already. I think I'm gonna die here. Yeah, I should have topped myself up. But that's so dumb of me. Let's see, I guess I'm gonna have to... Mikowash. I actually don't know which boss that is. I don't remember. I'm bad with names. So, because I think that I fought it. I recognize the name, but I don't remember which one it was. Birdcage on his head. Oh, he was okay. I mean, it took 2 attempts because I didn't realize I was trying to figure out ways to counter his AOE. Did it take 2 or 3 tries? I don't remember actually, but. I mean, he wasn't bad. I thought that it was a sort of very thematic boss, so it was fine. I didn't like his AOE because it felt like there was no like counter for it. I tried parrying it, and I tried hit stunning him, and I realized that even if he was hit stunned out of the animation, the spell itself would still go off. Which, felt kind of bullshitty to me. I don't feel like that's fair. But once I realized that if I just stayed directly on top of him, he would default to using extraordinarily weak, dopey attacks. He was really easy. I don't know, I think that there's room for a lot of different types of bosses, and yeah, the thing about it is that for me, a lot of games have mechanics that fall into the category that I refer to as like a Capcom boss. And what I mean by a Capcom boss is that there's certain types of enemies where you have to memorize a very specific thing and that there's no actual tell for it. You just have to do exactly what the game tells you to, or not what the game tells you to do, but what the game requires that you do. And if you do anything else, then it just doesn't work, right? It's a very binary, all or nothing system. And those kinds of things I find very irritating. So I don't like the mechanic, the parry mechanic, because it's not actually a parry, right? It's not like you're intercepting the enemy weapon with your own weapon. What you're actually doing is a counter spell. But it's a counter spell that has very specific timing for each individual attack, and it just has to be memorized on an attack by attack basis. And I'm not going to sit here fighting the same boss like 20 or 30 times to learn the specific mechanic when I could just dodge it. You know what I mean? I can just use a dodge roll, and I'm guaranteed, if I have iframes, to basically, if I look at the attack and see it launched, then I know exactly what the timing and the way to do a dodge roll is, because I know how the mechanics work. It's all visible, right? The first quarter second or whatever of a dodge roll gives me iframes. I know where I have the iframes. I know where I need to move. Those are all understandable just by seeing the attack. With these counterspell mechanics, like you just have to memorize it. And that feels like a very, very silly way of handling things to me. Fuck me. I also wish that the way that the range was handled for these things was a bit better. I think the line of sight is a little inconsistent here. Okay, there's a person here. Okay, there's multiple of these spiders, so they're probably going to attack me. That's my assumption. Do I want to try for killing that thing? It has 27,000 souls on it, which is not quite a level. Is that coming from this guy? I don't know if that was coming from those guys or that guy. I'm going to see if these guys attack. I mean, I'm certainly making plenty of noise. That thing saw me, and it seems to be interacting in a way that indicates an attack. Yep. Oops. Yeah, so for me, I prefer the dodge roll mechanic. I haven't really tried to learn the parry mechanic. It's not my thing. Yeah, I definitely can understand the interest in the mechanic and why people like it. It's just not my thing, you know? Like, different types of games are for different types of players. And particularly because I really do not have the time to learn all that stuff on the fly, because I do these kinds of games live. I don't ever really play these games on my own. I don't really have the time to memorize those kinds of patterns. And they're not really my interest as well, obviously. But oh, okay. So this is something I'm either supposed to do or which... Oh yeah, there's that as well. Like, I didn't... Oh, well. Hi, friend. Okay, well. So that thing is probably the thing that's been raging me this whole time. That's awesome. Just drop a giant brain down a hole. So here's the question. Do I want to go down there or not? Because I don't do the parry mechanic in the Dark Souls and the Demon Souls series either. Just because it's just not my thing. I'm very sloppy as well. As a player, I tend to make mistakes. Wondering whether I want to get these souls back. I feel like no. It's probably not worth the resource investment to fight that thing. Just because I'm not willing to use any sedatives. It's just too... it's going to cost too many health potions when I'm... probably going to be in trouble if I do that. Lovely. We've got more of them here. We've got a couple of spiders over there. So it is interesting to me, actually, that there's two different types of these spiders. There's these ones that don't have faces. And then there's the ones that have faces. I'm not 100% sure I want to go over to that chest. Just because I really don't want to deal with that guy quite right now. Maybe if I can find a shortcut so I don't have to go through all those assholes. So my guess is that by throwing that switch, I got the brain in a position where it's not going to kill me here. Like that if the brain was up, it would... What the fuck is that? Oh, that's a player, okay. I'm like, what on earth kind of nonsense is that? Because it looked like a wheel to me. Okay, so this is definitely meant to be an area where you die horribly unless you do the correct thing. So there's a lot of Great One's wisdom here. Okay, where are you? I keep expecting to see something leaping out at me. Yeah, I'll see if I can find it. Though, I'm mostly just going to be wandering randomly because that's how I roll. Okay, so this door is locked. This is presumably a shortcut at some point. I do like the way that they've gone. No, I don't have an iron key. Let's see. Ah, here's the pit. Oh, it's in one of the rooms that that boss was in? Alright, look into that. I'm not supposed to drop down here, am I? Seems like an unhealthy fall. I'm actually really bad at gauging what's going to be a fall that just instigates you versus a fall that's just painful. Well, can I get down here? No. So where can I go from here? Huh. Alright, well, I'm going to trust your judgment, Adrian. Hey, blood rock. So there's that rock you were talking about. Beware of wire, therefore turn back. I'm gonna go ahead and heal myself. Okay, I'm gonna go this way first. Oh god. The kid started crying in the game, and then are you gonna aggro me? Oh, this is the spider room. This is from the beginning. I remember this room. Alright, just so you know, your message gets cut off, and I'm not going to be able to see the second half of messages that are that long. There's a hole in the ground now. Okay, well, let's explore our way through here. Oh, there's an elevator here. So this elevator leads back to here. I remember this elevator. So, let's see here. The question is, do I want to pop my weapon up to rank 10? And I think the answer to that question is yes. I've got my chunk. I'm going to teleport back. And then we can go beat up the brain. Let's see. So we've maxed out that weapon. I'm going to keep upgrading my axe. And this is pretty close to maxed out. It's important to upgrade my secondary weapon because otherwise it's not going to do the damage it needs to do when I want to pull it out. Okay, so we're looking for an elevator. That leads to Elbrain. I don't actually know what brain is in Spanish. So we'll go back up this elevator. Hey, Loic. Sorry if I mispronounced your name horribly. I have no idea what those things on the top do to the pronunciation. Is it ampersand? I don't think it's ampersand, I think it's something else. Do I even word? No, I do not, sorry. There we go. I find it interesting that these guys up here are not aggressive, but the ones down on the next floor are. I like just the weird little things like that. Okay, so here's the big guy. So he's going to aggro, and when he aggroes his friends. And here's a bird cage. Let's pop in there and aggro some friends and probably die before we get down. And here we go. Oh, that's cool. This one's a duel, so no matter which direction it's in, it's all good. Hey, they jumped down after me. How many is that? What? 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 Wow. Interesting. I think if you... Okay, so here's the question. I can't make contact. I don't have that ability. Do I want to murder it instead? I don't know. I feel like I'm going to miss out if I murder this thing out. You know, I'm going to go back. We'll come back here at some point. I've got 3 things telling me to make contact. So we'll come back after I do that. So, because yeah, I just don't have the emote. So I'll come back for this guy at some point, but I'll probably end up finishing the game before I do. So I'm just going to go back to the elevator and hopefully not just walk off a cliff, because that would be depressing. Yeah, generally speaking, I try to avoid murdering things that aren't attacking me, just because I'm a weirdo, and, you know, I know it's... I guess it's not Dark Souls, it's Bloodborne, whatever. But I know in these kinds of games that that's not, like, necessarily the way that it's meant to be played. But, I prefer to leave things alone. When I got to the lower city, and I read the notice that said, you know, hunters aren't wanted, and then I went in there and some person told me, hey, you know, the people down here aren't hurting anyone, just go away. I legitimately just turned around and walked away, and I didn't come back until I realized that I couldn't actually progress without going down there, because I didn't have the key I needed, so I didn't really have any avenue to go except that direction. Where is... oh, right, it's on the other side of this place. So that's the kind of, you know, dopey stuff that I do. Yeah, you know, I do just dopey things. It's just how I work. being dopey is kind of my thing. Thus why I'm not wearing a shirt, because Drell wouldn't wear a shirt. I do not have the gesture make contact, no. So I missed it. Apparently it was in like the Upper Cathedral or something, so I missed it. When I finish the game, I'm going to take the sort of like the blind part, because right now I'm not doing any Googling or anything like that. I'm not looking anything up. I don't mind if people in the chat, you know, tell me about things, but I'm trying to sort of like, oh yeah, I'm actually right next to the boss fight. That's a good point. I should have more than 3 blood vials. I'll just pop over to the bridge, because I should have done that just now. I was right in front of the lantern. But I'll pop over to the bridge and stock up on 1 round of blood vials, however much that gives me. It should pop me close to 20, but not quite at 20. And then I'll just pop back in. But yeah, I'm trying to do some, like, a reasonably linear thing. Oh, the other thing that I did, because I am a total, like, I'm 100% dedicated to my total derpiness, is the at the lake area where you go into you jump into the water, and then there's a creature in there. The creature wasn't hostile, so I actually explored the entire place, ran around and found the invisible wall, circled around the entire area, and then I actually used the it's the only time I've done the town portal type retain your souls and teleport back home. I actually did that rather than attack the creature, because I was curious whether, like, maybe I could talk to the guy again and he'd say, "Why didn't you kill it? What's wrong with you?" And then I'd fight him instead or something. I don't know. But rather than kill it, I actually teleported away. And then I didn't kill it until I realized that yeah, Bold Hunter's Mark, thank you. I didn't actually kill it until I realized that I really didn't have anywhere else to go. You know, this weapon hits pretty hard. Damn it, coins. That's exactly what I don't want. I'm not a pacifist in games, or in real life. I'm not really a pacifist, but at the same time, I don't have buy-in. A lot of, like, games expect you to buy into just, like, the idea of just killing things with very little justification. And I really don't buy into that. So even in games where there's, like this, I tend to just don't do it. Well, I mean, I'm not that strong. This is the very beginning of the game. I'm just coming back here to get some blood vials, because it's very easy to get blood vials there. Like, one thing that I think that a lot of RPGs don't do very well is that some RPGs have, most RPGs in fact, have, like, crowd control mechanics. Like spells like hold person or sleep, a variety of things like that. And one of the things that's very powerful about those spells is it gives you the capacity to take a deadly conflict and de-escalate the conflict by neutralizing the threat without killing them. And that's a very powerful thing that I think is underutilized in a lot of games. Like in the original Baldur's Gate, the Charm Person spell would actually allow you to get, like, special dialogue out of certain boss fights and things like that. And I think that in some cases it would give you like a non-violent, or not non-violent, because, you know, I'd say that taking control of or otherwise assaulting a person's mental faculties counts as a violent act. But it gives you a non-lethal method of dealing with the fight. And that was dropped in Baldur's Gate 2 because they dropped the charm status effect and made it basically equivalent to dominate, which is unfortunate. But I thought that it was a really cool thing. You know, I could buy vials, but that makes way too much sense. Also, I'm now, since I've been playing Dark Souls 2, or well, have been, but I have a game of Dark Souls 2 that I've been running. I would much rather not waste the souls, because to me, I'm still working on that. Every single time I get a soul, I need to use it efficiently, because if I don't use it efficiently, then I'm weakening myself relative to the people that are going to be attacking me. To be fair, that is normal, Loic. Sorry, that was a bad joke. Bad jokes are kind of common around here, around these parts. Yeah, I didn't realize that the Steam sale was ending either. I really like the Steam sales, but I never end up buying things because I'm cheap. Hey, Paul. You're just in time for me to go, hopefully, to a boss room. But I just like I was originally not intending for this guy to wear hats either. I was just gonna have him in pants, because I mean he wears pants. Like he doesn't like shirts, but I mean he's not a streaker or anything. But as soon as I got the top hat, I'm like, I can't not wear the top hat. You know, it's just not acceptable. Special dialogue with the doll. Is there special? I don't know what special dialogue with the doll. Also, good financial decision. When you owe someone something, make sure you get it when it's on the cheap. Let's see. Teleport to the lamp on the bridge. Which bridge? So, are you going to attack me? You don't seem like you're going to attack me, but I can't talk to you. Okay, well, I'm just going to go in then. And you're going to attack me now? I'm expecting like a bolt or some sort of attack to happen. I know that there's the middle thing to teleport to, but I don't remember where it is in relation to things, and I figured it would just be faster to go up all the elevators. Rather than try and figure out which direction to go. Hey, it's the baby. Oh, it's the mommy? Question mark. Looks like okay, that's a lot of swords. Okay, so Murgo's Wet Nurse. What a great name for a boss. Okay, so this boss seems mostly dangerous from a perspective of if you go in close to attack, as opposed to being high intensity, because you can just back away. But I'm sure that phase 2 is much worse. Because right now this is like super low mobility, but that thing has wings. Okay, that's a mistake. So you don't try to hit twice. There we go. Wings coming into play. Not sure how that first attack missed, actually. So if she has a charge, does that mean I just need to be further away from her so she uses that charge more? Because that charge looked pretty valuable. Alright, so... Oh shit. So much for just staying behind her. I like how that message about straight behind her, most vertex can't hit you, came in while I'm getting repeatedly stabbed while I'm behind her. Do I have a music box? I do have a music box, actually. Oh no, I don't! I don't have a music box. That's the other character. I just realized this. There's a side quest that I found on the other character that I never found on this character that involves a music box, and I don't have it on this character. Or at least I don't think I do. Okay, charging? Nope, teleporting. Okay, Sephiroth. Where's Heartless Angel coming from? I'm not sure whether that counts as an obscure reference or not. Yeah, I don't think I have it. Shit, mistimed it. I haven't been using any consumables on this run, aside from obviously the healing potions, so I don't really have any access to fire right now. I'm not really concerned about this boss right now. So far, she seems pretty simple. Like, this is almost like a lower intensity version of, like, the first boss. The, cleric demon thing. Because it's such a wide area. Okay, so here comes the actual phase. This actually looks like Heartless Angel. This is Omnislash! Okay, this boss was clearly inspired by Sephiroth. The Sephiroth fight in Kingdom Hearts is this boss, to an extent. So there's multiple copies of her. Do I need to hit her in order to trigger this phase event? That's my question. Because this is a night and day difference compared to the previous. There we go. Alright, so let's try to minimize the number of phase 2s we have to deal with, shall we? Okay. This weapon is hitting so hard now. The damage output of this thing is crazy. Like, a simple 2-hit combo doing 600 damage is really impressive to me, considering that I'm not exploiting an elemental weakness or anything like that. Do I have platinum? I don't think I have anything, any items or anything called platinum, if that's what you're asking. Oh, that probably adds like electricity to your attack or something. Shit. That's the extremity. I'm just gonna heal myself again. God, this is such a cool attack. I love it. Like, what an awesome attack to have. Oh no, this is a blind run. I haven't finished the game yet once. This is like, this is my first run of the game. So this is my first time encountering this boss. I've played a lot of the like predecessors to this game though. The iframes, okay. I almost got hit by that attack and I really do not want to know what happens if you get hit by it. Okay, I do not like the fact that I did not get any souls there and that her HP bar is still clearly visible. Nightmare Slain, what? That's interesting. Nightmare Slain? Was that what it said when I took out the... Excuse me. Because it usually says prey slaughtered. I'm gonna level up and then I'll come back. There was some glowy light over there that I didn't notice just now, but I'll level up. Oh, Jesus Christ! Do I have 3 1/3 umbilical cords? I have 2. I have 2 1/3 umbilical cords.
Good hunter, dawn will soon break. This night and this dream will end. Gammon awaits you at the foot of the great tree. Very well, let me...
That's not the right thing. Sorry. Thinking of the other character. I'm just gonna keep pumping strength.
Farewell, good hunt.
Alright, I'll go to the cathedral ward. We can do the is that where I'll find the other umbilical cord? Yeah, I was trying to remember whether the amygdala, that was the name that I was looking for, that I killed, said Nightmare Slain, because that was like the end of some like nightmare area. I have no idea who Ariana is. I don't know anything. don't know crap. Here, I'm going to talk to this old lady. Okay, here's...
Welcome home, dear. What's wrong? Anything you'd like to tell me? Oh, good. You always put your cup in mustn't.
I've already talked to her about this. Okay, so... Let's see... Okay, I saw a shiny there, so while trying to figure out where I should be going, I'll go look at the shiny that was at the end of that area. Oh right, the guy said, she said the Gehrman is at the foot of a tree, so I'm gonna take a look at the shiny here first. Why is this place on fire now? Is it coming closer to reality? Because in reality, this place is in ruins. Oh shit. There's a cradle here now. Interesting. Oh, that was not a door. That's just a window. Well, that's boring. Alright, then I guess we're probably done here. Yes, I found the Hunter's Workshop. Let's see, I'm trying to remember. It's on one of these. There we go, the abandoned old workshop. Alright, so. Where do I want to go? So, I've been to the amygdala nightmare, and so I'm assuming that the old ones that I'm getting the umbilical cords from are in like this nightmare zone, like all these different, because this is the Nightmare Frontier, this is the Nightmare of Mensis, this lecture building I think is like a nightmare version or something. So the question is, where do I go from here? Because I don't remember. There was an umbilical cord in the workshop? Because I think that I got one from killing the amygdala. I don't remember whether I got anything interesting in this place. A lot of people. Died next to that doll. There's this chest. I think you killed one. I don't know what lady you're talking about. I haven't killed anything that hasn't attacked me. Like, outright attacked me. I haven't talked to the... I saw some reference to a back door to the doctor's clinic, and I haven't done that either. I don't see anything here that would indicate that there's a thing here. I'm pretty sure that the 2 umbilical cords I got were from the amygdala and that other creature. Yeah, I haven't gone in the back door of the doctor's clinic now. I don't remember. Because I was looking up like co-op stuff and it mentioned you getting insight there somewhere. Because I was looking up where do I get insight so I can get my first insight. So I do know that there is a back door, but I don't remember how to get... I don't remember what the name of the area that it's in was. Was it old? Let's see. How do I get in? Yeah, I'm just gonna go to the first floor of the sick room. We're gonna talk to her. There's another person that I should talk to, actually. I haven't talked to the little girl. Because there's a little girl that you can talk to. And I was looking for people to talk to on my first run, and I accidentally ran into her on my second run, and I wasn't even talking to anybody. Because I'm like, I don't think I talked to this person. That's interesting. I can't talk to her anymore? Oh, that seems disturbing. So how do I... Okay, so just which area do I go to get into the back, to get to the back door? That's basically what I'm looking for here, is just which area do I go to? Because I'd rather do that than try to figure out where the tree is. Forbidden Woods. Oh, right, Forbidden Woods. Thank you. Okay. So there's some pathway here that leads to it. So we'll find, because yeah, the Forbidden Woods is the place that there were all the snakes, right? Because that area I know I didn't fully explore, because this place is nuts. There's so much here. Alright, so it's in the Forbidden Woods. Is it close? Is it where the snakes are, or is it like up here somewhere? I think I'm gonna go to where the snakes are first. Hello, friend.
Ah, a new face, are you?
No, I've talked to you
And
before.
an accomplished hunter, you would appear. I am Volta, master of the League. Members of the League cleanse the streets of all the filth like
I haven't
any
talked
half.
to you.
You've seen in sentence these fiends. What do you say?
Oh, he's giving me this because I refused to join the
Yes.
League the first time.
You are on that on a nut.
I do remember that, but I don't remember where it is. So, but that would be before the that'd be before the snakes, I believe. So I'll go this way first. Oops. Okay, so I didn't even grab this. Seriously? Yeah, I'm not attacking anyone just out of nowhere. Later, Adrian. Good luck with the sale. Nope, you will not get sellable. Okay, so this is... I think this is the wrong way, but that's okay. Yeah, it's definitely the wrong way. So we're gonna pop back out here. We're gonna have to deal with all these guys. That's a lot of damage. Okay, I'm just gonna charge past these guys. There's not really a lot of reason to fight them. And then we'll just explore the village when we find it. This is the wrong way. Following the flower, did you say? There's a flower? Go left. Oh, there's all these flowers here. Okay, yeah, but... Alright, so... Oops. Ouch. Oh, definitely misjudged that. So just keep going to the left. Okay. So I've been through here before. This is the area with the dogs. Hello. So how do I go through here? Okay, yeah, okay. I had a suspicion, like, as I saw that area, and I'm thinking, ooh, hello. I'm gonna go up here first. There was a, I saw a little thing that I'm like, okay, that's probably a little inlet that I already got stuff out of. But it sounds like it's something that I passed that was important last time. Oh! I think I saw this cave and then willingly decided not to go into it because I thought it was going to be a boss fight or something. I do not recall specifically, but I do remember seeing the cave, and I think... Nope, maybe I did come in here. Huh. Well, apparently I'm just a dope. So keep following the flowers is really good advice. And then I came in here. Yes, I came in here, but I guess I just didn't find all of them. Okay. Rather than get myself poisoned and have to use a bunch of healing potions, I'm just gonna wait. I do have antidotes, but I'm not using them because I haven't been using consumables this run, and I'm not going to start just for some low-level area back here. The first time I came through here, I just used a bunch of healing items to... On the other side? Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Poop. Of course I'm going the wrong way. You know what? I think I remember. I think I said that I was going to equip some sort of poison protection and come back. Oh, shit. I made Vic angry. No. I want to get in the river. No. I'm hoping that this guy drops health potions. That's why I'm fighting the wall. And I know I'm fighting really, really sloppy right now. Okay, that's unfortunate. Okay. Presumably this tunnel? Because I don't think this is the tunnel I came in from. And I'm poisoned. Lovely. Okay, so up here is where we're going. This poison might not even kill me, it's pretty slow. Like, even if I didn't heal myself, I might survive this poison. This is going really far up. How did I miss this? Such a dope. Okay, well, that's fine. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and heal myself, because it won't top me off anyway. Up, 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 up. I did come through here. I don't think I did. I've definitely come here, but I remember it being just like a dead end that was boring. So, but no, this is definitely where that clinic is. The other gate? No, it's not this one. Because this isn't the doctor. No, not inside the building yet. There's a ladder there. Uh-huh. Did I just miss the ladder when I came here? Because I don't remember there being a ladder here. I think I just didn't notice the ladder. I came in here, I thought it was a dead end. And left. Wow, that was dope. Yeah, I definitely haven't been in here because I just got +1 insight. So I definitely have not been in this room. Well, is this the good doctor? So, this isn't what you're talking about, is it? No, okay. That is messed up head right there. Yeah, now that I'm here, I can just fully explore the place and figure out where I'm supposed to be. This is going there. This place is bigger than I thought it was. I thought I was just going to be entering a one-room thing. Whoa.
God, I'm nauseous. Have you felt this? It's progressing. I can see things. I knew it. I'm different. I'm no beast. Oh, God, it feels awful. But it proves that I'm chosen. Don't you see how they writhe inside my head? It's rather rapturous.
That's one word for it.
God, I'm nauseous. It's
Do I want to kill her? How would she die on her own? Her thing isn't progressing. I'm gonna explore the rest of this area. Everybody's like, kill her! I was like, but she hasn't attacked me. How am I supposed to kill someone who hasn't attacked me? Canehurst summons, okay. Nice headphone. Alright, so let's take a look at this Canehurst summons. Canehurst summons. What? What? What the hell even? What is that about? Okay. So, someone mentioned her dying on her own. Is she going to die on her own? Is that something that happens? Is that she just dies because of whatever is going on with her? Because if that's the case, then I'm not going to kill her. Because RP bullcrap.
God, I'm nauseous. It's
So disturbing. You know, in this case, it actually does make a sense to, like, take her out. But just because of the fact that she's clearly turning, and if anything, it's mercy to put her down before she turns into a boss monster. Oh, by the way, I 100% anticipated that she is a horrible person, but this character doesn't have any actual proof of that. As soon as I talked to her, I had a suspicion that she was, like, totally nuts, and that I should not send people to visit her, because I had already run into the other guy, right? The other guy who looks like a monster. I'd already run into that character. So I'm like, there's clearly two options here. She's the first one that you're supposed to run into, but I didn't talk to her because I just didn't turn around and talk to her at any point. So I didn't run into her until after I ran into the other guy. And when I brought the old woman, I'm supposed to use them? I'm not supposed to have them in my inventory? Are you telling me that I've been holding on to items this entire game that I don't need? That's not possible. So, why are you attacking me? Interesting. And this just leads back to here. Okay, so I'm guessing that Canehurst is probably DLC, right? Like, that's probably a DLC area. Hey, she attacked me. See, that's the thing. I don't have any, like, qualms about having the character kill someone that attacks him. So, Canehurst... Okay, so it's not a... Okay, so let's just go to Hemwick, and we can go into the Go to the castle, I guess? Sure. So, says the Canehurst thing then just not like mainline? Is that like post game content, or what's up with that? Because I get the distinct impression that this whole thing that the doll's talking about is going to be leading toward endgame. Let's see, Canehurst. Oh. At the witch's house? So I probably should have just teleported to the witch's house then. Hello, friend. Oh shit. Whoop. So, by obelisk, are you talking about that thing that I just passed in the center there? Yeah, I figured it would be closer, but once someone mentioned the witch's abode, but then I figured that it would probably be faster to not have an extra loading screen than to just... So... The thing that was like teetering over. Yeah, I'll head over there. I'm gonna murder these guys first because they drop blood. Okay, maybe I'll just be a total dope first. Tempering blood. One thing that I do like, actually, in these games is that no matter how, like, overpowering you get, it's still worth your while to not get hit like a noob, because when you get hit like a noob, instead of dodging the attacks like a proper person, you actually cost yourself DPS, because you get hit and knocked on your butt, and then you lose DPS. That's pretty cool looking. So, I guess we're going to say hi to a vampire now? Something going to hop out at me, or... Okay. That's pretty cool. Let's ride in the carriage. This game has much more of a horror theme than the Demon and Dark Souls games. I was really surprised that there were sections of the game that were legitimately creepy. They have some very disturbing imagery, particularly the opening cutscenes are just creepy as heck. I'm actually really happy with the way that this game is, because it feels like it has a distinct feel compared to like the Demon and Dark Souls games. Whereas like Demon Souls and the first Dark Souls felt similar enough that it didn't feel like I was really playing something new entirely. And I like the aesthetic of this game and how different it is. Hey Shiporio. Oh no, it's another ice castle. No, why is it an ice castle? Oh god, I'm having horrible flashbacks. No, not ice castles, anything but that. Where have you people sent me to? So we've got a save point over here. Boop. And I don't have quite enough souls to level, but do I have enough souls if I use a thing in Bawling? I should have way more than enough souls to do it. But I'll do it later. Numbing mist. Okay, I just aggroed something. Nice ball sack. Look, what the hell? It's like supposed to be a tick, I think. That is a good monster design. I like it. It's a humanoid tick. I think I saw another one over there. And I'm pretty sure it's... Is it aggroed? I don't think it's aggroed. Device not currently operable. Okay, so that's a shortcut to somewhere. Here's another one over here. Let's go ahead and say hello. Oh, they explode. Oh, that's good to know. Yeah, what game has ever had humanoid ticks in it? Seriously. Like, what a brilliant idea. Because ticks are freaking disgusting. But nobody's thought to make them into a gigantic humanoid monstrosity. Why is it I'm having so much difficulty all of a sudden? There we go. Okay. So this one does not have itself engorged already. So it's presumably got a difference in the way that it behaves over the engorged one. I don't think I saw the engorged ones kicking just now. Curious what that thing was engorged on. You know, I haven't played Resident Evil 4. I played one of the Resident Evil 2s. I think there were like a million Resident Evil 2s. Or at least like, it was like Resident Evil 2 and then like 6 Resident Evil games came out before they came up with Resident Evil 3. And then I played Resident Evil 5. Okay, this thing hits way too hard for me to just get an up-testing contest with it, it turns out. So let's not do that. Whoa. You are swole, my friend. I figure this thing's probably gonna turn on me. Yep, here it comes. I don't want to aggro the other one because I'm pretty sure that the bloodier ones are probably more dangerous. Yeah, I should try it out. I really enjoyed Resident Evil 5. I mean, it's not like a horror game, really. But, you know, not everything has to be a horror game. Especially since I hate horror games. It's one of those weird things where I play a lot of horror games because my friends want to watch me play horror games. And I get bullied into playing them because my friends don't want to play horror games. They just want to watch someone play them. They just want to experience someone else being tortured for their pleasure. So, which by the way is how I got into live streaming in the first place. Is that I'm like, you know, the natural extension is to die for the pleasure of people on the internet instead of dying for the pleasure of people in my house. And when I'm doing it for the internet, I don't have to play horror games. Which is always a plus. So... somebody's scrubbing the floor. I feel like if I aggro one of these, I'm probably going to aggro all of them. Jesus Christ! Hello? So there's invisible enemy, well, not invisible, but there's translucent enemies in that room. I can actually see them all over the place now. And if you get too close, they aggro. But they don't seem that dangerous, so I'm just gonna, since they're just walking. They have such a cool way of moving though. I really enjoy this. So there's one right there. So she probably is supposed to jump down, would be my assumption. Oops. Let's see. Yeah, this is a very, very cool creature design. It's kind of like what I was saying earlier about how thematic this whole game is. These things are definitely something that you do not usually see in this kind of a game. Oh shit, I didn't notice you behind me. I wonder where she was. Because they're translucent, they're not invisible. But maybe sometimes they are invisible. Hard to say. Like maybe these ones are actually invisible until you reach a certain point and then they activate. Which would be triggered by either an actual invisibility effect or them actually just spawning. But honestly, either way works for this particular type of enemy. You can have invisible ghosts. Ooh, a noble dress. Oh my god, I should totally wear the dress. I'm not going to make him wear the dress. Because he doesn't wear shirts, and a dress is basically a long shirt. Let's see. So there's something flying around. I think it just landed? Yes, okay. Hello, friend. Blop. So this guy's hiding here. Okay, these guys do not seem very threatening. Okay, so that guy got leapt on, I think. I was like looking up to find the thing that was leaping on him. Like I thought that something jumped on his face from above. Turns out it was just hiding behind a pillar. And not very well. So there's a beastie here. Pitiful, really? Indeed. So that thing is going to attack me. So we've got more ghosts in here. There's an elevator here. This is probably the elevator from before. So we're going to trigger this elevator. And this, I think... Yep. Okay, so we can bypass those enemies now. Head on up. This is a massive library. I think I'm going to more fully explore outside first, because this is probably the... Whoa, what? Okay, that was cool. They're shooting like blasts of wind at me. Alright, I'm just gonna keep going in here. I'm not getting a huge amount of souls from things, so I'm not going to kill everything I see. I'm just going to be killing the stuff that seems useful to kill. And those are done. Particularly because of the ambush potential from these enemies. What the fuck? Why do I have a tick on my head? So I think that's this asshole over here. Was it that asshole? Yes, it was. Called it. Oops. I'm dope. You know what? It's been too long. I prefer the saw blade for most things, but you know, you gotta use your other weapons periodically, right? Okay, do you have... Shit. Okay, well this guy's tougher than I expected. That wasn't him, that was this asshole. Okay, good to know. So, the reason that guy seemed more difficult was because he had backup. Okay. There's a hole here. Oh, hello. Whoops, wrong button. See if I can attack across here. I think I can. Whoops. That didn't work out quite how I intended it. Okay, so we've got this guy over here. Okay, I'm not going to worry about this area in here. I'm going to explore out here first. Okay, what's shooting at me? That's interesting. So there's a hole here, but I don't know what the point is. Okay, so there's a ladder here. There's an item over here. Let's go grab it. Bloodstone chunk. Turn back. Despicable fatty. Okay. That was cute. Let's see. How on earth do I get to there? Oh, hi, friend. He actually looked like he was trying to hold up the wall. What is that noise? There's some loud noise that's, I think, in the real world that I'm hearing. Okay, so I guess we'll just grab this guy. And I need to figure out where I'm going. Let's see. Am I supposed to, like, jump off here? I feel like I probably could. I don't know that I feel it's a good idea, but I definitely think I could. Well, let's find out what happens. There's a decent chance that I'm going to miss and just jump to my death. Okay, I did not jump to my death, but I don't think I jumped anywhere useful either. Ah! I stand corrected. This is a section that wasn't accessible. So since this section wasn't accessible before, I can operate this device. That thing probably goes down. It doesn't go down, it goes across, and then we have access to the full ladder. Okay, I was wondering how that was going to work. Because I saw the ladder was there, but I'm like, how on earth am I going to get to there? Because even if it goes down, the ladder's not going to be available. Turns out, the devs know what they're doing. Alright, so one of these has to be like a pathway that leads to some asshole who's gonna hit me. Hey! Hello, friend. Thank you for your soul. Okay, so we're now just gonna cross here. Run, 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 run. It's a really interesting glow that it's got over here. Because it looks like the glow of the lanterns, but I don't see a lantern there. So, up we go. And what do we have up here? Oh, is this a boss fight? $10 says this is a boss fight. You're not boss. Knight's Wing? Wait, what the fuck? Is it summoning new ones? So there's glowy stuff over there. These guys are not attacking me right now. How's a Knight's Wing? Eh? Oh, here it is. It's a Knight's Wig, not wing. Okay, so here's the question. Top hat or Knight's Wig? Because this seems... It had the potential to be derpier, but I don't think that its derpiness matches that of the top hat, so we're going to stick with top hat. Okay, so we got a Knight's Wig, and what else? Is there anything else to do up there? I mean, I feel like there should be more to this than that. Like, for instance, being able to go down there, which leads to a different building. Okay, so we're doing Breath of Fire 3. My one concern is that these shingles are going to slide me right off to my death, which would be really sad. In a game that has, you know, that has like lower death penalties, it would also be really, really hilarious to do. But I would just be really, really irritating if that was what they decided on for a game like this. Because it's like, okay, let's see. So I guess I'm just going to drop down here and hug the thinger. Boop. Let me heal myself. Ooh. Kin Blood 10. Dat booty. Let's see here. Oh, shit, are you a boss fight? I'm not ready for a boss fight. I don't have a shortcut. You can't give me a boss fight without a shortcut. That's cheating. God, I really feel like I'm playing Breath of Fire 3 for some reason. I know that other games have involved climbing on rooftops, but that doesn't matter to me. Okay, so this is either a trap or a boss. One of the two. If it's a boss, I'm going to be very sad because... Oh boy. This is going to be a long trip back if I die. Oh god. Hey, so I received an invitation, and I heard that you desired my presence, so is there a particular... Okay, I'll just be letting myself out. You clearly a busy man, I don't really want to bother you with your scythe and your sword at the same time. You know, it's all good. So you just go back to sitting, and I'll go back to not being... Fuck me. Okay, well, this is a problem. Okay, so what are you casting? Okay. So he has a ranged attack. Those attacks are blocked. Some of the attacks are blocked. This one has a ball that is not blocked, and then it has an explosion of souls or something. Oh shit. Okay, so for some reason I thought that thing exploded on the last one. Shit. I have 14 healing potions. Okay, I don't want him casting this while I'm charging him. Shit. Completely botched that. He has a really long attack speed. What are you casting? So he buffed himself. So this is phase 2. I'm gonna heal myself because you never know. Okay, so this is a serious issue. What? Okay, so that's good to know. Those are swords are shooting at me from the center. Shit. Oh shit. So, this is clearly the buff that you're supposed to exploit better, because he has multiple distinct time periods that he is vulnerable. Earlier on. That's good to know. Shit. Shit, I got myself killed. Is the thing still up in the air? I don't think it is. So you have to destroy the sword. You have to destroy the sword when he does that. If I had actually been... If I had been aware of his, those particular parts of the fight, then I actually would have gotten him very cleanly there. So... do I return to the Hunter's Dream and grab some? I think I'm going to grab a couple of healing potions first. it's going to take a while to get back up there. Okay, so first things first, going to the Great Bridge. We're just going to kill a couple things here, and then we're going to get our souls. But I disagree that he's no fun. I think he's a really cool boss. I like him. He's got an interesting set of principles that you have to keep in mind, which I think is cool. He's got, I think he's very susceptible to a character that's got a very offensive build, because he has substantial periods during the fight where he can be burst for a lot of damage, like you can do a lot of damage to him. So you can dramatically shorten the fight by properly exploiting the correct timings. And I didn't there. There was a lot of damage I could have gotten into him during those phases. Particularly since when he puts the sword down like that, all you have to do is destroy the sword, and I think it cancels that effect. So you can just walk up to him and just beat the crap out of him while he's putting it down, and then you'll just cleave the sword on top of that. So yeah, I think I should be able to take him out this time, this next attempt. I should have gotten him there. I was pretty sloppy there. I was trying to play defensively, but I was playing the wrong type of defensively. He's not the kind of boss that you can easily get distance on. You can't just like dodge roll away from him and expect it to pan out. You have to be a bit more competent with your setup. Let's see. So where is this? It's definitely not there. There it is. So yeah. Yeah, I think I can get him this time. I just need to play better. And if I don't get him this time, I'll be kind of embarrassed, because I think that he legitimately should be not terribly difficult to kill with my current character build. Just because I'm so tanky, it's very difficult for somebody to burst me down. So he does a lot of like chip damage, but chip damage isn't dangerous to the character. Whereas for a more like glass cannon build, it's he's a harder nut to crack. Okay, so we're just gonna go upstairs. I'm gonna kill this thing. Actually not, I don't think I need to. Oh, here's my ladder. So let's see if I can get up here and not get shot in the process. Okay, so we're up here. So I guess he's not actually that far away from the starting point. He's reasonably close to where you start. Reasonably close by. So when he transitions to phase 2, I want to make sure that I'm getting good damage into him, and every time he starts charging that move, I need to get on him and destroy the sword on the ground. Because waiting out the duration of that sword is not an acceptable thing. I was thinking that maybe I needed to do that. It actually occurred to me, but I wasn't willing to go straight into the maw for shit. Okay, so that's a different move. I don't think I remember seeing that. Shit, he's doing phase 2 already. Okay, so maybe he shouldn't have done that. Shit. Mistimed it. Shit. And that time I wasn't trying to dodge roll for a for an actual iframe. I was trying to actually get behind him, but he actually followed my movement too closely. So he still hasn't used that move. I have enough like healing things left that I'm basically just topping myself off whenever possible. I cannot believe I got hit by that. What? Shit, that's a much longer animation than it looks. Shit. Which explains why I keep getting hit by it. That's a different attack completely. Shit, wrong way. Gotcha. Okay. So, we got him. It was rougher than I expected it to be. He was much more aggressive that time than he was the previous time. Or I was just playing worse, one of the two. But, ooh, Crown of Illusions. Let's activate this. And pop back to the Hunter's Dream to level up. That's pretty cool. So, we took that guy out, and is that the entire area? Because I didn't see... Maybe the Crown of Illusions allows you to see through illusions or something. Sitting serenely on his throne, he saw secrets. So I'm gonna...
Gammon awaits you. Go.
I'm gonna go back there.
Very let.
And we will see. I'm going to go ahead and
Farewell,
use some souls to get myself a 3rd level. What does this do? Ah, this is an online item. So this is something that lets me, like, track down sinners or something. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and use another one of these.
Gammon away. Go. Very well. Let me.
Okay, so, boop. So another +2 damage.
Farewell, good mate.
And what am I missing? I did fortify that thing. Yeah, I did. Okay. Oh, I need to check my blood gem fortifications, because this thing has a really terrible thing attached, I think. This isn't that bad. Wow, blood attack up plus 21%. So it looks like I don't actually have a decent weapon, or not weapon, a thing of that type. What does this do? Blood tinge scaling. Ah, so that's what those do. So this is 15% attack. I like that. Alright, well that's all for that. Let's take a look over here, see if there's anything new that we can put on here. Okay, blood, skill scaling. Alright, well, I guess we're... Oh, actually, I might have the chunks to fortify this. I do not. How many do I need? 3 more. Okay, so we took down that boss. And go to Logarius' seat. And I'm going to equip his helm, I guess? So if I have the crown equipped and I go over here, there's a cutscene. That's weird. The throne is gone. Welcome back, Adrian. This crown is pretty dopey. It actually doesn't make a bad replacement for the top. Whoa. So this is a whole separate dungeon that just got unlocked. Okay, I think I actually want to leave this on. Because this is even dopier than the top hat. Nice. You get some good stuff?
Visitor,
Yes.
I claim no subject, but here lieth our throne. Kneel afore us, or get thee gone.
Are you a Medusa by any chance? Do I have the kneel animation? I don't have kneel. Because Drell is not like my other characters who are dramatically more, like, arrogant. He would 100% kneel. He's very diplomatic, so he would do it. If I had the option to, I would totally do it with him, but, you know. Unopened summons. The person is kind of an invitation to kind of. Alright,
Visitor.
perfect.
Moon-scented hunter. I am Annalise, Queen of Castle Canehurst. Ruler of the Vile Bloods, and sworn enemy of the Church. Yet our people are murdered, and we are prisoner to this wretched mask. What is it thou art in search of?
I'm not gonna swear an oath to anybody. Okay, that's good to know. So I can swear an oath to these people if I want. But it looks like, aside from that, I'm just done here. I'm not gonna swear an oath to these people. That's not gonna happen. So on a later run, or rather on later runs, I'll definitely do some of these like side places and things like that. But yeah, that's a pretty good haul. I probably should have. Oh right, I was thinking of buying Dark Souls 3, but I don't want to buy it on the PC. I want to buy it on the PS3. My controller isn't very good for my PlayStation, or sorry, for my PC. It does weird shit, and it is just annoying. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not doing any of the covenants in my whatever they're called for this particular run, just because I have not used the 3 umbilical cords yet. Oh, this door is open. Is now the time to use the 3 umbilical cords? I can use the umbilical cords. So I'm not supposed to have them in my inventory. I'm supposed to actually just use them. And eyes on the inside. There we go. So, 3 umbilical cords used. This is interesting. Okay, well, we'll see if I choose the right path. These flowers look familiar. So,
good hunter, you've done well. The night is near its end. Now, I will show you mercy. You
What?
will die, forget the dream, and awake under the morning sun. You will be
yeah,
freed
don't spoil it, please.
from this terrible hunter's dream.
Yeah, no. Not a chance. No chance, my friend.
Dear, oh dear, what was it? The hunt, the blood, or the horrible dream? Oh, it doesn't matter. It always comes down to the hunter's helper to clean up after these sorts of messes.
Nice side, my friend.
Tonight, Gammon joins the hunt.
Okay. So I now have to fight somebody with only 2 thingamo hammers. Thank you, I will need it. considering that I don't have the ability to heal, really. I completely misjudged how long the range on that was. I'm definitely going to die here because I don't have the resources for this. Unless I'm just like super fucking aggressive and actually succeed at being aggressive. In which case I'll live. I don't think that's gonna happen. Damn. Oh shit. Oh, I'm dead.
You must accept your death.
Pwned.
Be freed from the night.
Alright, well, clearly we're gonna need slightly more resources in order to do this. I think we're gonna need more than 2 health potions to fight him. You know, just the thought. I don't know why I thought that I should go over there. It's like, this is clearly not gonna end well. I didn't know he was gonna attack me, but I mean, clearly I'm heading toward the end game. So, let's see. That was very dopey of me. I'll keep an eye on it. That first form is actually really easy to get through, I think. At least it was there. There's no guarantee that it's gonna be that easy every time, but the sword was, I think, a bit more deadly. I imagine at some point he's gonna be he's gonna stop being hit stunnable, because there's no way they're doing your boss it's gonna be hit stunnable the entire fight. So I'm gonna just pop out and then pop right back in. I don't even know what the hunter's bone does. I think I remember seeing that as an item. But I don't remember what it does. Let me take a look. Hunter's bone. Art of quickening. Oh. Oh, and that uses quicksilver bullets, right? I forgot to look at actually those things, because those things are things that I would totally be willing to use, because they're not consumables, right? They're things that use your ammo, and I have no problem using ammo. But that said, at this point, it's been long enough that I'd rather finish without it, because I've gone so long. I've gotten this far, so I want to see it through. There we go. So we're up to 20. we can now head back, and I'm not going to be able to level up. I don't have enough resources for that, so we're not going to level. We don't need to level up our weapons, I don't think, because I don't think the other weapon is going to be whatchamacallit? My brain broke. Has a tendency to do that. I need to get a camera attached to this thing so that you guys can see the dopey looks on my face when I completely lose track of reality. Ooh, let's talk to the doll, because now that
Gammon awaits you. Go on. Good hunter. I said farewell, good mate.
Okay, well. It's interesting that they're called blood echoes. The fact that they're called blood echoes does indicate to me that they are... that, like, maybe this is all sort of an illusion of sorts. That I'm sort of reliving history. Oops. He did not get it stunned. Fine. Ooh. 7 damage. Gotcha. Shit. I've already used more HP in phase 1 than I did in the entire fight. I think going aggro is the best strategy for phase 1. Okay, so he's now swapped to phase 2. Shit. I was sure I was going to hit him with that. Because of... I wish you would do a dodge, a roll into an attack. Instead of doing that. Okay. So, we're in phase 3. He's swapped to his thing, so he's going to do an AoE here, probably? I hope he's not going to heal himself. Okay, that took forever. Whoa, shit, where'd he go? Because if I can bait out that attack again, that attack is not... That is such a cool attack. Oh, nice cannon. Okay, so that's what you were talking about when you said he can parry me without the thing. That hit hurt. Yes. That actually was English. It wasn't the sentence that I was intending to state, but it was in fact a workable sentence. Okay. I want him to just swap out of this because I think that he's going to insta-give me if he hits me with his gun while I'm in melee range. I'm gonna pull back away because he doesn't seem to be. He's just like walking in circles very slowly. There we go. Shit! He's gonna fucking kill me. He didn't actually kill me. That wasn't as big a hit as I would have expected, considering that it was a parry attack, but I guess it makes sense considering. Shit. Bullshit. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and heal myself one more time just because while I am getting low on resources, he's also really low on life. Yeah, most people don't build the way that I do. For this game, because of the fact that there's the lifesteal component, so there's like regen in fighting, as well as the yes, yes. I'm so happy that I killed him with a gunshot, 15 damage. I always love it when that happens. Yeah, I've got 49 vitality, so I believe you are ugly. Is this gonna go kiss me or eat me? Alright, that's interesting. So am I now fighting? Yes, I'm fighting the moon now. There's no way I'm gonna kill it. have 3 healing potions. I do not want to be this far away from it because it has a longer range than me. Yeah, I got that the glowing light was probably from that. Oh, Jesus Christ. What? So definitely do not want to be in front. Shit. Oh shit, I'm in front again. Please. Oh shit, this is a different attack. What does this attack do? Fuck me. Okay. That's not good. That's Heartless Angel, isn't it? That's exactly what that is. Okay, so that move, I'm actually not supposed to even do that, I think. I think I'm just supposed to come in and beat him. Because he has such a long period of vulnerability there that you can pretty much... Shit. I don't have the stamina. Shit. Shoot it! That was a bad idea. Yeah, okay, well.
Are you cold?
Are you cold?
Oh, good hunter.
Wait, is that me? Is that... Did I just get turned into a tentacle monster? Did I get turned into a tentacle monster because I ate the 3 umbilical cords? And thus I'm the new, like, version of that moon creature? I wonder. Well, that's Bloodborne. I just got born out of blood. So that's cool. So I finally finished this game. Finally, it's been like a week. I've not been able to hold myself away from this game for any meaningful period of time. So that was a really good game. I was really impressed with this. I'm definitely going to be playing more of this game, and there's all sorts of content that I missed, obviously. Because, like, in addition to endings, there's some side quests that I completely just ignored, and yeah. So this is a pretty cool game. I really like just about every single component of this game. It's very good. No, I never got invaded. There was a thing that was ringing at one point, but I never got invaded by anyone. But I played most of the game during offline mode. This was the first session that I had where I was online, because I don't have a PlayStation Plus account. So this is the first one that I did, and it's because I'm on like a 2-day free trial because I was playing this with a friend yesterday. So But I'm also in Southeast Asia, so because I'm in Southeast Asia, I imagine that it's more difficult for me to get invaded because there's probably less people playing here. I think the people here are much more into Dark Souls than they are into Bloodborne. I could be wrong, but I haven't heard people here talking very much about Bloodborne, which is surprising because, like... Wait, are these all the voice actors for... Why do these people have so many names? Is this for all the different languages? Oh. Anyway. My wife's a Singaporean, so I live here. And since I'm a writer slash live streamer slash model slash whatever makes money for me, I can be anywhere, so it doesn't matter. So my wife's a teacher, so the national language, well, not national language. There's a distinction between national language and official language, but English is the working language of Singapore. It's the language that they teach in their schools, and it's the language that everyone uses as a communal language. It's got a multi-ethnic population. So it's the majority of the population is Chinese, but the dialect that is usually spoken is Hokkien. But the Chinese that they teach in school is actually Mandarin. So there's two different versions of Chinese that are spoken here. And then there's the other really major like ethnic group that is another huge portion of the population is the Malays, who are about 20% of the population or something like that. And then you have the Tamils, so Tamil Indians, who are about 9 or 10%. I don't speak any Chinese. I don't speak any Chinese at all. I can't get my head around the sounds. But nobody that I know speaks... Well, some of the people that I know speak Chinese, but they don't speak it with me, right? And you don't need to learn any Chinese in order to do anything here. Like all the signs, everything's in English, and I am probably not, because there's really not a lot of utility in it for me to learn Chinese. It's just I'm much more likely to learn Japanese than I am to learn Chinese, because I'm never visiting China. It's never going to happen. And if I wanted to learn a language that would have utility here, it would be Malay as opposed to learning Chinese, because anyone who's under the age of 40 or 45 maybe speaks English, and the older people all speak Malay regardless of their ethnicity, because this area is a Malay dominated area, and when it was a British run colony, it was sort of considered part of... It was structured in such a way that basically everyone spoke Malay because there's intermingling with Malaysia. Or rather, at the time it was Malaya, but that's a whole other story. But in terms of utility, it would have much more utility to learn Malay here. But I don't know anybody to teach me Malay. I have a few friends who can speak it, so I guess I technically could ask. But I don't really learn languages very easily. It's a nice place. It's a very interesting place, because it's a place where the government is very competent, and like I don't agree with everything that the government does. The government is relatively conservative and has some they certainly have their decisions that I would not agree with, but the things that they do, like their actual policies and the way that they've implemented everything, is very competent. It's a very meritocratic
Good.
system.
All signed and sealed.
Hey, how are you alive again?
Let's begin the transfusion. Oh, don't you worry.
Why are you alive again?
You may think it all a mere bad dream.
Apparently, since... Oh my god. I pissed off Morpheus. That's what happened here. That's what happened here. I'm in a continual awakening cycle because I pissed off the god of dreams. Well, guess I'm screwed. Yeah, I know, I'm just teasing, because it's like it goes straight into the beginning again. Let's see. Have you read Sandman? Yeah, Sandman was a... I actually just started rereading it. I got about halfway through it before I stopped being on airplanes and thus stopped. So what sets him on fire? I still don't know what sets him on fire. Was it the messengers? Are the messengers like super, like way more powerful than they let on? And is the reasons that the messengers are all up in my grill because I'm like a larval old god? Oh, Sandman. It's a comic book written by Neil Gaiman. You found a hunter, and he's wearing a crown for some reason. That's funny. The thing is not even here. So we're in New Game Plus. I wonder how much stronger things are in New Game Plus. Yeah, the Sandman series is a really interesting comic about, I guess they call them graphic novels now, but whatever. But it's an interesting, it's a really interesting series, and it's very surreal. But the characters in it are all really these bizarre dream creatures, and it's all pretty cool. Yeah, Sandman. As in, Mr. Sandman, give me a dream. Which is probably not the actual lyrics, but, you know, I don't need to actually understand lyrics in order to go singing. That guy was a lot harder the second time through. Or sorry, a lot easier the second time through. So, I have 238,000 souls, and we're back in Central Yarna. So that's pretty cool. Get 4 blood vials from here. Alright, does this have multiple separate New Game Plus the way that the whatchamacallit series did? The way that Dark Souls and Demon Souls has, where you have like 15 different iterations of New Game Plus that get consecutively more difficult? Or is it just like New Game Plus is New Game Plus? And in New Game Plus they have like their true stats, if you will. And I have 99 insight. That's kind of cool. So, we're popping back to the Hunter's Dream. Okay, yeah, the standard cap for difficulty is New Game Plus 7. Yeah, I've already done a couple of Chalice dungeons. I stopped doing them because I figured that people probably would prefer that I continue and finish the story rather than just descend into a Diablo style, like, I'm never coming out of the optional content, screw the story kind of thing. So I popped out of them, but let's see. Wait, I can get another weapon? That's interesting. So they're willing to give me a I guess I'll take the blunderbuss. Now here's a question. And the answer is yes. So communion gives me an increase to the max files I can hold. Do I still have, oh god, I still have the frenzy thing equipped? Dope. Queen of Yarnum. Like the final boss of the Chalice dungeons? Do the Chalice dungeons have like a distinct final thing? I figure I probably just have to exit and then re-enter in order to trigger this, because I have 99 insight, and the thing that triggers the leveling mechanic is getting 1 insight. God, this is a good game though. This is such a good game. No, I don't have a
Hello,
cannon.
good I, honorable, and you will have
To
Very
embody your
well,
sickly spirit. I'm not sickly. 2, 2, 2, 2, 1. So if I pump up to 50, each one of those points is giving me +2 to damage. So HB is not worth investing in anymore. I could start investing into endurance, giving myself some slow and rapid poison. Oh yeah, I'm sure I missed tons and tons of stuff. I'll be like much more thorough in this playthrough than I was in the first playthrough. For the first playthrough, I try to only like go after things that are relatively easy to go after. And if I think there might be something somewhere, but I don't know for sure, I just err on the side of being lazy, because I'm trying to like I feel like when I try to do like a completionist run while I'm blind, what I end up doing is wasting a huge amount of people's time, because I'm just sort of like wandering aimlessly. And it's just like, okay, yeah, so it's been 10 minutes since you fought something because you've been thinking that there's a thing in that corner. There's nothing there. Yeah, I'll invest in endurance eventually. One of the reasons that I'm not investing in it is because, like right now, is just because I am a weirdo. But beyond that, I like maximizing the amount of damage that I'm doing with sort of like individual hits, because if you a lot of times with like boss fights and, you know, just fights generally, it's a hit and run, right? And if I can only get off, say, 2 hits in my combo before I have to dodge roll away anyway, there's not necessarily as much utility in having a really big stamina pool. Also, in previous games, I don't know if it's true in this one, but I think in previous games your stamina regen was not percentage based, which meant that if you had a bigger stamina pool, it didn't increase the rate at which you gained stamina to allow you to fill the pool back up quickly. So because I'm not like blocking with a shield, which was the really big benefit before, I'm just kind of puttering around with, you know, the base stamina pretty much. Oop. And yes, I am just kind of getting myself beat up here. And no, there was no reason to allow myself to get that beat up, but... Alright, so here's the question. Here's the question for the ages. Should I be wearing this dopey crown, or should I be wearing the top hat? That's the question. I kinda like the dopey crown. I'm not gonna lie, the crown makes me a little happy. Yeah, when I'm doing like builds and stuff, I do a bit of thinking about what I'm doing, but you always have to remember that because of the fact that I'm doing it sort of blind, I'm not making like an optimal build by any stretch of the imagination, and I'm sort of hypothesizing about how things would play out as opposed to like really having in-depth knowledge of, okay, like, you know, what the amount of stamina that I need is like exactly 117, at which point I can do this, and this, which is very useful. But it really depends on the boss. Like, some bosses, it's extremely useful to have a larger stamina pool for. Any of the ones that the goal is to stay right in their face and be super aggressive, right? The ones that you want to be directly behind them, being super aggressive and continuously responding to their attacks. Any boss like that, having a big stamina pool is huge because it dramatically increases your DPS as well as your survivability. The only bosses that it's not terribly useful for are the ones where you engage the boss and then you know, get your damage out and then you withdraw and then you're waiting for another, like a specific attack to happen and then you're going in again. Oh yeah, well, the Hunter's Axe, you really need stamina for, in order to use certain attacks. The two-handed charge swing will actually completely drain my stamina bar as I'm currently standing. If I put on the rune, now the reason this is important is if it completely drains your stamina bar, you cannot follow it up with a dodge roll, right? So being able to get into the fight with, here, I'll show you the attack that I'm talking about, just mostly for other people, not for you. So when you do that, if you have full stamina, optimally you want to be able to follow that up immediately with a dodge roll, because you can dodge roll faster than you can do other things, and it allows you to get a hit in that is hopefully successful and hopefully knocks the enemy down. But even if it doesn't, you can still pull back. But if you don't have the stamina for it, you can't do that. So I think that if I have the plus 10% stamina thing with my current stats, I can do it and still be able to do a dodge roll. So, like, that is a particular threshold that I would 100% be getting if I was using the Hunter's Axe consistently. But since I'm not really consistently using it, I just haven't. I just haven't bothered. I really like the axe, but I feel like this weapon has better DPS, so... Yeah, the Hunter's Axe has a huge amount of utility. Like, the range that it has on its attacks is really impressive. Okay, you are way stronger than the other ones. Like, the other guys feel like they're increased in strength, but not that big a deal. These guys went from being 2-shot to being, like, 10-shot. You mean these? I know about doing that, but I don't actually end up doing it. I never actually use those. The thing that's interesting about the saw, actually, is that the saw, I almost exclusively use this attack pattern. This attack, I feel like the extra reach doesn't justify the increased lag, like the increased startup lag. So because it doesn't justify the increased startup lag, I haven't really done it. I haven't really used the like normal attacks with the Hunter's Axe very much. So I haven't really had much opportunity to do that because my playstyle has been very saw oriented. I'm just constantly using the saw. All saw all the time, baby. Yeah, I guess these guys are dramatically stronger because I was like cleanly one-shotting these guys. Excuse me. There we go. So, what do I want to do now? Do I have the chalice? Do I have to go through to the chalice thing again, or? I don't think so, because I have all these mats, so should I? Still have these. Sidestep and then press L1. Okay, I didn't realize that there was a transfer. Actually, I guess I did technically realize it because I accidentally did it a couple times. So I'll try it out on this guy. Oh. Whoa, jeez. I should swap back to the weapon that I'm actually comfortable with, huh? Boop. I haven't been doing any summons so far. I'm actually I finished. I'm basically done with the stream. I'm just kind of puttering around and chatting with the chat. I don't have anything in particular that I'm thinking of doing. I'm just kind of puttering around now. So I'm gonna see if I can kill this boss, because I don't actually know how tough this boss is gonna be. Do I want to kill this boss? Actually, I don't think I want to kill this boss yet. I want to do some research before I come back to this, because I want to get some information about the triggers, because I know that the time of night and all that kind of stuff changes over the course of the game, and I just want to get some information, because now that I finished the game, the blinders are coming off. I'm not doing this blind anymore, because now we're in post-game, and post-game is where you get all to the exciting bits. So that's actually going to be it for right now. I might come back to this in a couple hours later tonight, or I might come back to this later another day. But yeah, I'm going to end things here. It's been a pleasure to have you guys in here, and I hope to see you again next time.